Hey, how's it going guys? Welcome to our review of FIFA 21, available on PC, PS4 and Xbox One, with a next generation release coming very soon. Just a note that we won't be covering the Switch Legacy Edition, as this is a different package to the main game. We're going to tell you everything you need to know before you play, but before I do, make sure to hit subscribe and the notification bell for more video game reviews every single week. You're not going to want to miss it. You know we're in the run-up to Christmas as soon as the new FIFA drops. It's a sign of the changing seasons, just like pumpkin spice lattes and the Coca Cola Lorry. Yet in recent years, the magic of the football juggernaut has somewhat faded. FIFA 20 was plagued with unbalanced gameplay, and with a greater collective awareness of exploitative loot crates, I quickly grew tired of playing it. And this is coming from someone who usually plays FIFA up until the new release. But a new entry brings new possibilities, and I was excited to find out if FIFA 21 could redeem its predecessor. Would it get the franchise back on track? Watch on to find out. Firstly, there have been some slight tweaks to the overall gameplay, most of which are pretty positive. The speed of play is much more realistic, meaning you can now only abuse pace with players who are actually pacey. Otherwise, you'll have to be more methodical and pass your way across the pitch. Something that's a little OP in my opinion, with the ball sometimes pinging about like a pinball. What's much less controversial is that heading the ball actually works this year, meaning corners are finally worthwhile. And after a lengthy absence, finesse long shots are back, evoking memories of the screamers I scored in FIFA 13. What a time to be alive. Looking to defense, there hasn't been the same level of improvement. The new collision system does make for more satisfying tackling and sees you win the ball more often than not, but it's just not enough. The AI is at times woefully bad, letting attacking players just glide past them without so much as sticking a foot in. But that is nothing compared to the comically inept goalkeepers. Even the most decorated shot stoppers in the world seem to be incapable of comfortably catching a ball, instead opting to punch or flap at it with very mixed success. This, coupled with the dodgy defending, can lead to some unrealistically high scorelines. Like Aston Villa beating Liverpool 7-2. I mean, what world would that happen in, honestly? Looking to career mode, there hasn't been all that many updates. The format and UI remains largely the same, which is a real shame, as it's felt pretty stale for a few years at this point. However, the new interactive match sim feature works remarkably well. You can watch a match unfold in the same style as Football Manager, and you can even seamlessly transition into the match if it's not working in your favour. Volta has also had a very minor revamp. It now comes with a new single-player mode called The Debut, featuring legends from football's past. It's a nice way of getting reacquainted with the FIFA Street style of play, but won't take more than a couple of hours to complete. What's much more exciting is the inclusion of online co-op, which was bafflingly omitted last year. But be that as it may, Volta is still pretty shallow, and I just can't see myself playing it much this year either. That's because, like most years, much of my time will be spent in Ultimate Team. EA's big moneymaker is yet another part of the game that's only seen small, iterative changes. On the plus side, they finally removed the need for fitness cards, which means you don't have to waste your coins because your digital man's digital legs got tired. The dreaded shush celebration has also been pulled, as it had been appropriated to bully other players. I highly doubt it'll do much to stop toxic behaviour, but it's still nice to know I'll never have to see it again. In other positive news, you can now play division rivals and squad battles in co-op, which helps to make Ultimate Team that bit more sociable. I'm really not sure whether sharing players with a friend will help or hinder you in the super competitive divisions, but it's good to have the option to try. Yet at its core, Ultimate Team is still built upon hugely exploitative microtransactions. Players willing to splash real-world cash on the in-game currency will naturally get better players faster, putting those of us who can't or would rather not give EA more of our money at a huge disadvantage. Hopefully, as world governments continue to crack down on the practices, the game will continue to become fairer. But until then, it does leave a sour taste in the mouth. To wrap up, FIFA 21 doesn't really change the formula up from last year's entry. The gameplay does feel much nicer, but the packaging around it is far too familiar. Whether this game has more longevity than the previous one will come down to how much the microtransactions affect the collective experience. But with a promising start, I'm hoping it doesn't become another case of pay to win. But what did you think of FIFA 21? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more video game reviews every single week. See you next time.